Hi, this is Nate and Elise, and this year we went on an adventure to Yellowstone National Park.
Okay, heading up to Yellowstone.
We've started our drive.
Our plan was to visit some sites, hike around with wildlife, and find about $3 million worth of treasure.
Wait, what?
That's right. A little over a year ago, I heard about this guy named Forrest Fenn. He's a self-made millionaire who hid a treasure chest in the Rocky Mountains, and then he wrote a poem with clues for anyone to find it. The poem was written as part of Fenn's memoir called The Thrill of the Chase, and it has 9 clues. Forrest has also given subtle hints in the rest of the memoir and in public interviews.
So ever since Nate heard about Forrest Fenn, he worked on solving the puzzle, and this is our attempt at the search.
Okay, so as a heads up, I really like maps and puzzles, so get ready. The first clue is begin at where warm waters halt. And for me, I feel like Yellowstone is the best fit for that. Forrest has a long history with Yellowstone, and it seems like the most natural place to find warm waters with all the thermal activity going on. However, I don't think it's in the national park itself for 2 reasons. First, hiding treasure in a national park leads to all sorts of legal issues that I don't think Forrest wanted to deal with. Second, there's a story in The Thrill of the Chase that mentions a Gallatin National Forest map that would come in real handy later on. So I think this is one of the subtle hints that Forrest put in his memoir, and it just so happens that the Gallatin Forest borders Yellowstone. So that line about Gallatin really stands out to me, especially after I found that it was significantly edited from an article that he published in the Bozeman Chronicle in 2008, just 2 years before the memoir was released in 2010. So I focused on solves that would lead someone just outside Yellowstone, but still within Gallatin. From my research, the area of Gardner looked the most promising. So I told Elise and her brother Joshua, and they were ready to come along.
That's right. The next morning we said goodbye to the buffalo and headed out to find the treasure.
Our first stop was a place called Boiling River, which is where a hot spring flows into the Gardner River. And then from there, we took it in the canyon down.
Take it in the canyon down. Here we go, in the canyon. Next it says, not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown.
It's not very far to drive down the canyon to Gardner, and it just so happens that Gardner is right outside Gallatin, the Beartooth Wilderness, which Beartooth sounds like a good home of Brown to me.
We parked our car just below Beartooth and walked into a place called Black Canyon, which seemed to fit the next part of the poem as well. From there, it's no place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh.
Black Canyon definitely sounds scary and not for the meek, but we were feeling excited and pretty brave when we set out.
Dun 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 da da dun.
After about half a mile of beautiful hiking, we came to the next part of my solve. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. So this put us next to Bear Creek, which is definitely not a creek you can paddle up. We saw some structures that looked like they could have dealt with some heavy loads at some point, and you would not believe what we found next.
Bones. Lots and lots of bones. It was actually kind of scary, in my opinion, because I didn't know if it was a wolf or a bear or what is down there eating all these things.
You know, Forrest did say that he intended to die alongside the treasure, so his bones would have good company if he picked that place. But what I was really excited about was this next spot, and I'm going to give you the clue and then have you look on Google Earth to see what you see. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. So are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's right. There was this weird mark when I was looking on Google Earth that I didn't know what it was, and I knew that we had to check it out.
So Nathan, Joshua, and I made it to the Yellowstone River, and then we started looking around, seeing if we could figure out where this blaze was and what could be beneath it.
When I first caught a glimpse of the blaze, it didn't seem that special, but when I came closer, I found that it was a natural spring coming out the side of the canyon. So my heart skipped a beat when I thought about the next part of the poem. But tarry scant with marvel gaze, just take the chest and go in peace. So if everything lined up right, all I had to do was look quickly down from the blaze and take the chest. And I'm actually going to show you in real time the footage that I took of what I found at the bottom of the blaze. Here's the blaze, and look quickly down, I found this. Which is nothing. Never mind! Dang it. That looked really good for a second. I thought I found it. There's like, yeah. Oh man. Yep, it was nothing. Just some random piece of metal at the bottom of my solve, and it was really frustrating for a second. In fact, it was really frustrating. Nothing. Dang it. Nothing. Oh man. That was awesome for a second, though. Okay, look quickly down, babe. Okay. I had Elise do the same thing that I did, so she could feel the same rush of the moment.
No! Okay, Blaze, look quickly down. There's some wood over here. Oh my gosh, this looks like There's nothing there!
It looked like a something, though, huh?
Yeah, it looks like the top of a chest, or like...
Top of a box with a chest.
Oh man!
It would have been good if we found it. That would have been a perfect placement.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well. Next time.
So we searched this whole area beneath what we thought was the blaze, and we didn't find anything. But on our hike up, we were able to take some really gorgeous pictures, and it was just a beautiful view.
So this is my Black Canyon solve, I'm calling it, where I think the treasure Forrest hid the treasure. So here we have Bear Creek, coming out of Beartooth Wilderness, so home of Brown. And then down here it comes into the Yellowstone. It's gorgeous. Just look at that. If I had to pick a place to bury the treasure, I'd pick here. But we didn't find it.
Nope.
Yep, we didn't find the treasure, and looking back, there were some problems with my solve, but it doesn't mean that the trip was a complete waste, because we know where the treasure isn't, and we were able to spend some really good quality time in Yellowstone, hiking around with family, taking pictures and spending time together.
So in the end, it was a really fun solve, a fun hike, beautiful views, and well worth the trip.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on another solve for next summer. What do you think?
I think that'd be great. I'd love it. Except for no more bones. No more bones.